guys, today I'm going to do a fun video, at least in my opinion it's fun, and it's something that I'm very passionate about and that I feel very strongly about. So basically it is going to be like eyelashes 101. So eyelashes are something that like feed my soul. I love to wear false eyelashes. I started applying false lashes about 10-ish years ago when I was in high school. I was actually on my high school's dance team, and we would have to, for every competition, we would literally line up all the girls. There were like 20 something of us, and we would have an assembly line for makeup and hair. So at one end there would be like eyeshadow happening, then there would be eyelashes and hair and stuff like that. And so I eventually somehow became in charge of doing eyelashes. Sorry, my dogs are jingling over there. They're wrestling. Crazy fools. So I got to put on tons of pairs of eyelashes all the time, and I just got so practiced at it, and I feel extremely comfortable in it now. And I just wanted to tell you guys some of my tips and tricks and techniques for applying lashes, stacking lashes, all that kind of stuff. And I am wearing a Seahawks t-shirt today because we just got done watching the game. Today is Sunday, December 21st, and the Seahawks just spanked the Arizona Cardinals, and I was just like, okay, I am wearing my Seahawks stuff until I go to bed because I'm so excited. The first thing I want to talk about are different types of lashes. There are many different reasons why people use lashes. So some people are looking for length, some people are looking for volume, some people are looking for drama, some people are looking for flair, and there are lashes that are made for each of those purposes. So personally, I love to use Ardell's wispy lashes. They're the ones that I'm using now, and they're the ones that you're going to see me demonstrate putting on. They're also the ones that I've been using in all of my tutorials lately because I am just in love with them. They're not super expensive, and I think they are incredibly beautiful. I'm also going to show you just a few of the other pairs that I like to use. There are things like flare lashes or half lashes. So you'd put that in the outer corner of your eyes just for a little bit of drama on the outside. It's a little bit flirty and a little bit, I don't know what this was. It's a little bit flirty and just a little bit fun. I personally don't use those very often, but a lot of people really like them. My dogs are just going ham over there. I don't know what they're doing. I also really like the Ardell Demi Wispies, which are similar to the Wispies, but instead of being pretty much even in length all the way around, they're like shorter and then they get longer as you go out toward your outer lashes. A lot of people like those as well, and I think that they can look pretty natural as far as false lashes go. And then I have a bunch of other styles that I use for weddings. I've discovered that there are a few different styles that brides always gravitate to. A couple of those include the Ardell Demi Wispies. There's a brand called Kiss, and their number 10 lashes brides always go for. They're very, very natural looking. They're not super, super long or super bold. I am old school and I still use the Duo Lash Glue. It's what I'm used to. I've used it for over a decade, like I said, and this is just, to me, this is just the easiest one to use. With that said, I haven't tried all of them. Like, I've heard the House of Lashes glue is really, really good. I've heard that it dries really quickly, whereas this one takes a little bit longer to dry. But once you get the hang of it, in my opinion, I'm not like frustrated that my glue takes longer to dry. You know what I mean? I also carry this one in my kit. It is the Ardell Latex Free glue because some of my clients are allergic to latex, and that's something you definitely want to take into consideration. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about stacking. This is something that I will do sometimes when I'm going for more of a dramatic look or more of a like super glam look. And what you can do is basically stack almost any two pairs of lashes on top of each other to combine their benefits. So say one pair of lashes that you have is lengthening and one is volumizing, and you want both for a particular event or whatever, or makeup look. If you stack them on top of each other like this, you get the length and the volume. It can look really nice. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's really not that difficult, especially once you've already gotten the hang of applying the lashes. So what I usually do is I will just take two pairs of lashes and then stack them on top of each other, hold them together so the bands are touching, and put the glue on both of them. So the glue is going to hold the bands to one another, and then you stick that on your eye, and they'll stay together and they'll stay on your eye. Someone had asked on a previous video about storing your lashes, and this is something that I really don't have a lot of wisdom to impart to you guys on. I often, actually always, put my lashes back in the container that they came in, just because they have the little rounded half moon shapes here that you can kind of mold them to and make sure that they keep their shape. I wish there was something like a storage facility unit thing that you could put your lashes in once you've like used them once and you want to save them. I haven't come across anything good like that. If any of you know of some magical thing that exists like that, let me know because I need it in my life. I also wanted to touch on kind of the life expectancy of a pair of lashes. like I said, I buy mostly inexpensive lashes, both to use on brides and on myself, because I feel like it's one of those things that you absolutely don't have to spend a ton of money on. And you see like people talking about really high-end lashes that are super expensive and they're made of this and that, and that's cool. Like if it's made of real mink, like tail fur or whatever, I don't know, that's fine and cool and whatever. I personally don't spend that much on lashes, just because, you know, they'll say, oh, you can use them 50 times or 25 times or whatever it is, but I use my low-end lashes that many times. I use them a lot. Basically what I do is when I take my lashes off, I peel the glue off, and you can kind of take a little Q-tip with makeup remover and run it on there if there's like stuff stuck on there or whatever. Just get it like cleaned off, and then you can even take like alcohol spray and spray it on so that you're sanitizing it, and then I stick them back in the container. Like I said, they don't get messed with, they don't get tattered and nasty and torn and broken, and I find that they last me a really long time. And lastly, I did want to show you guys how I apply lashes. I don't typically do this on camera just because sometimes it's like one and done and I get it on perfectly the first time, and sometimes it takes a few minutes to like adjust things, and sometimes I'm just having a bad lash day and I have to just do it off camera. So, but I did want to show you guys that. So first, to start off, I always recommend to put just a small thin strip of glue on the lashes. You don't want a ton of glue on there because it is going to get everywhere and it will never dry. It's just going to take forever, and by that time you're going to make a huge mess if you're anything like me. So then after that, I let it dry for a good 45-50 seconds. Maybe even a little bit more. You want it to be to where it's almost starting to turn clear, but not quite. You want it to be just still sticky, only a tiny little bit. And then you can use tweezers or use your fingers. I personally don't believe in tweezers. I think it makes it harder. Personally, that's just my experience. So I use my fingers, but you basically just want to take the center of the lash and stick it right into the center of your actual lash line. So you want to just get it up right into the root of the lashes. You want that to be something that you can place really quickly and then just leave it, because that's going to set the tone for the way that the rest of the lash applies. So at that point you want to take, I start with the outer corner and I take it and I just anchor that into the roots of my lashes too. And you've got 2 of the 3 points that you need secured and anchored, and that really sets you up for the next part. The next part is the inner corner. It's a little bit more tricky. So if you have everything else attached at that point and all you have to do is anchor that inner corner, it makes it so much easier. So I do that last, and again, make sure to push it up against the root of your lashes. You want the lashes to sit right up against your normal lashes. This helps to prevent having like a space between the real lashes and the fake lashes, because that is just very obvious, and it's kind of hard to get around when you're talking to somebody and they're like, oh, I can tell she has fake lashes on because there are 2 rows of lashes. You're not a shark. They need their 50 rows of teeth. You do not need more than 1 row of lashes. Okay, so make them close together. So that is it, you guys. I hope you found this helpful, and let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!